So people have been saying, balance this, balance that, balance him, balance her, balance that mech, balance this map, balance all this stuff, balance his damage, balance his healing, whatever. Oh my god, fix the game already. Ugh. We get it. Some heroes are juicing. So which ones? And which ones are people just complaining about for the sake of complaining because people like to complain about shit and they're lazy and they want to main a hero in Overwatch, which, fuck you. So I hear a lot of people talking about and complaining about the incoming nerf to McCree, who are asking, well, why not Bastion? Why is nobody looking at Bastion? Well, after all, Bastion has been touted, you know, obviously, is the most incredibly, or at least one of the most incredibly deadly heroes for what seems like fucking years by everybody. It's like, the game is like a month old, people. Oh my god, like, shut up about Bastion. He's not that difficult. Let's all calm down and rub each other's nipples, like, for just half a second. I'm gonna give you some quality nipple rubbing time. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and let you guys just do that. Alright? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it along with you. Okay, I'm doing it. Yeah. It's good. See? Now we're all calm. Now everyone's calm. Everything's good. Everything is fine. We're all okay. Now let's remember something. These are strictly my opinions. So try not to freak the hell out when I blow your goddamn mind. I'll tell you why I think that this is the case between McCree and Bastion. Why McCree is getting instant nerfed and Bastion isn't really being looked at right now. So here's my opinion. Have my opinion. Bastion does have the fastest kill rate, but it doesn't matter if you counter him properly. He's also incredibly weak if he's unable to set up. He's not a mobile character by any stretch. Hero switching is what makes each hero's weaknesses as well as strengths acceptable. So in Bastion's case, his incredible strength as a turret is offset with his weaknesses, such as being unable to move while in turret form, and there being a delay when you exit and enter turret form. When he is out of turret mode, he has no escapes, as well as in turret mode. He also has a subpar machine gun when he's just running around like a little dick. Can't do anything, it's useless. I mean, it's dumb. Nobody likes it. Everybody wants to set up as a turret. You don't go and play Bastion if you don't want to use it in the turret form. The other nice bonus is that he can repair himself, but that's a necessary ability unless you want to make an incredibly annoying to play defensive character that is unable to move, rather shouldn't be moving around a whole lot to be effective anyway. There are a plethora of different counters for Bastion, such as the obvious Genji, Widowmaker, and Hanzo. You can extrapolate further, and anyone with a long-ranged weapon and a line of sight outside of Bastion's effective range can also dispatch of Bastion, or at least make him move, rendering him far less effective a choice. Characters like, but not limited to, Lucio, Mei, Soldier 76. The point is, he's incredibly counterable. People just need to drop the idea that you enter and finish with a single hero. Too many times I see people not picking counter heroes, and it's annoying. Ugh. Because most of the time, you're not going to win a match if you're going to be a stubborn ass. And you don't want to change characters because, oh man, Tracer's on the box. She's my main. Not going to switch from Tracer. Not going to freaking pick up Lucio or some other support character or a tank. Who needs a tank? Fuck it. Let's just go all Rambo. This is Call of Duty, right? This is how this goes? Alright. Alright. Cool. So, now for that John Wayne motherfucker. McCree. McCree makes a mockery of nearly every hero in the game. Yeah, I fucking said it. That's why he's getting the nerf. He just has far more strengths than weaknesses, so people recognize how unbalanced he is and therefore complain. Zarya, Hanzo, and Widowmaker might be the only viable counters to McCree, and two of them are snipers, which means any McCree with common sense shouldn't be flaunting their stuff down a long hallway knowingly of their presence. And if McCree gets close enough to either of the snipers, it still lights out for them, which is fine. It's fine. Don't get me wrong. If you haven't played McCree, you really should give him a try, and enough time to actually get proficient with him, so you can make an accurate assessment before passing any unbiased judgment. Make your own decision on whether he's OP or not. Just don't go with the masses and say, oh yeah, he's OP because everybody's saying he's OP. He kind of is, especially since he's supposed to be, I guess, maybe a tank buster, as well as, like, flanker, I believe. But he's not my favorite hero. I'm going to be honest. And I'm not super proficient with him, and I didn't get a chance in these games that I played to actually pick McCree because I was stuck with a whole bunch of randos, and I had to pick, I think, a tank in one of them, and I also had to pick Lucio, just support and tank classes for the most part, because, yeah, my group just, they don't care. They don't care. Everybody just wants to run and gun. Like, I like playing these other characters, but I can't play them because nobody else wants to play a support character. Nobody else wants to play a goddamn tank, so I'm stuck playing those all the fucking time. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little salty. Oh, where was I? Alright, so McCree's TTK far exceeds even a Reaper in short to mid-range combat. His flashbang stuns even ultimates, setting up for Fan the Hammer or whatever else, which can be followed up by another Fan the Hammer immediately if he uses combat roll. So if you miss with your first Fan the Hammer or whatever, then you can be like, well, I'm just going to roll over here and then I'm going to go boom, 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 and you're dead anyways, motherfucker. What are you going to do about it? I'm McCree. Gonna smoke my cigar. I'm like Wolverine. Not really. I'm actually a piece of shit and no one likes me. My name is McCree. McCree? Whatever. Look. Also, his ultimate is a sweeper, leaving, well, basically everyone dead who's in his line of sight. Other than tanks, they're just left mortally wounded to be cleaned up by the rest of the people around, which is, I mean, again, I'm not complaining about that, but he's a very, very strong character. I just can't think of very many counters for McCree. He's always been a character, and I play every single character other than Hanzo and I think just Hanzo. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't get the hang of Hanzo for some reason. I don't like it. Anyway, so I just can't find a very viable counter. And my point is that McCree has far more strengths than weaknesses. And this is supposed to be a game about having both of those things and being able to hero switch. If this game was a MOBA, like it was originally supposed to be, then McCree would be probably fine the way that he is. But since weaknesses are important in Overwatch, he just needs to be balanced a little bit more. And I don't know how they're going to go about doing that. I hope they don't nerf him into the ground. And I'm pretty confident that Blizzard won't nerf him into the ground. It's just that, just some adjustments need to be made, that's all. D.Va is another topic of concern. She is what some people might call the weakest tank class. I can see how that's the case. She has a larger than normal crit box in her mech and doesn't have much range with her guns, so many classes can run circles around her. I've trolled D.Vas for days. For days! Staying outside of her effective range. No other class moves slower when shooting except D.Va in her mech, which, in my opinion, should be adjusted, as well as making her crit hitbox smaller. After the first 2 weeks of playing, I stopped getting killed by D.Va's ultimate altogether. But if it's supposed to be a room clear, then mission accomplished. It's good for that, at least. There is an odd time that I'm positionally at a disadvantage and I do get caught, but 95% of the time, her ult just doesn't flat out kill me anymore. It's really not that much of a problem. But other than Winston, whose tank ult actually results in a massacre, kind of, sometimes. Unless Roadhog pins someone or they're weak, his ult is a path clear. Reinhardt's is essentially a stun. Yes, he can capitalize and kill people with his hammer after the fact, but the ult itself is more or less a long duration stun for assault characters to step up, especially if you need to keep shielding. So in terms of ult usefulness, her mech falls short. The duration till explosion needs to be shortened slightly. And that's all I really have to talk about. I hope this made sense. This is just off the top of my head. At the end of the day, I don't think the McCree is balanced well enough. He doesn't have as many weaknesses as I think he was meant to have. Mechanically, McCree is fine. All of his abilities work great. Those don't need to be changed. I think the damage output might need to be adjusted slightly. That's all.
Taking the objective.